Hello and welcome back to my another video. Today I'm going to share the ES6 features. So let's start with late and const. So yeah, so basically the late and const are the similar to bar, and late and const are block scope to variable, and it cannot be accessed outside of the block. So what is it? Like if I define a block like this, and if I define a variable called John and I try to access the name, so I can access. So no problem with that because the variable is defined inside this block. But now, if I try to access it from outside of the block, then I can get a reference error because I cannot access like the latent const from outside of the block where it is defined. So yeah, so that's from like latent const, and then the latent const are not hoisted. So it means it cannot be used before the declaration. So it means like if I am trying to access a variable for like let's say date of birth, so I got an reference error because date of birth is not defined. But if I define here, then also I got a reference error because date of birth also. I also still I get a reference error here because date of birth is initialized line number 40, but in line number 39 I'm trying to access, so I got an error, so it cannot recognize that variable anymore. So now if I define here like date of birth person, then if I trying to console, then I don't get any error anymore, so I can get the actual value of that variable. And another thing is like const cannot be reassigned. So let's say if I define a const variable like const max is 30, then if you try to update it, then you got a type error, or you can get a error called like you cannot assign to a constant variable. But you can, if you need to assign a variable, then you can use like late, because you can update the late variable. So no problem with that. So this is absolutely fine. And also the const is immutable. So basically you cannot change the const variable. So the good practice is like to use the const by default, and on late only when reassignment is needed, and you need to avoid using bar. So the using bar is a bad practice in JavaScript. Now the second part is like the arrow function. So the definition of arrow function basically the similar to function, and the benefits of arrow function is like the shorter syntax and no binding of this about the arguments. So let's say like in a traditional way, like if you write a function called add, which basically takes two parameters and just return the summation of those parameters. So see, there are three lines I need to write or to for this method. But now the good practice is like the arrow function, you can just write it like this way, like plus a and b, and write a arrow and just type a plus b. So basically this by default return the summation of these two params. So see, this is more cleaner and shorter syntax. Yeah. And the third one is like the template literals. So definition of template literals is similar to string. So what is the main difference is like if you would like to construct a sentence which needs some dynamic variable. Let's say here I defined the username and the date of birth, and I need to construct a sentence like my name is John, and I am let's say 34 years old or 30 years old. So to construct this type of strings, you can define the dynamic variable like this way, like dollar sign and curly braces. And also you can define like this way, like dollar sign, and inside the curly braces you can define the dynamic variable. So see, this is more cleaner and easier to read. And now the fourth point is like the destructuring. So destructuring is a way to extract the values from objects, and also you can extract the values from arrays. So let's say you have a box, and there are lots of things inside the box. You just take something from that box. If I look into the example here, like here I define a object called person, and inside that person objects, here we have like the nickname, the person age, and also the person address. So in a traditional way, if you would like to access something, then you need to define like this, like const nickname, person dot nickname, const person age, then person dot person age. And also if you need to like address, then person address, then if you would like to access a state, then you need to write like this. So lots of repetitive code here, like you need to define the person 3 times, and also if you would like to access the city, then you need to like this way. So you need to write the address 2 times. So here you need to define person 3 times, and also you need to define the address 2 times. So now if you apply the destructuring, then what happened? Like when you just omit like these 5 lines of code into a 1 lines of code, like this way. Like if you just write this, then basically these 5 lines of code is turned into a single line of code, and it's now more cleaner. So how it works, like see, you just destructure the nickname, you destructure the person age, you destructure the address, and inside the address you destructure the city and state. So now it's more cleaner. So if you console, everything you will get. So that's the things about the destructuring. And the last part is like rest and split. So the rest and split, basically rest is used to merge the list of function arguments, and split is used to split up an array into an individual elements. So what is it like here? I write a arrow function like add numbers. So this method can take 3 params and can return the summation of those 3 params. And here I return an array which has 3 variables, like 3 arguments. And if I if in the traditional way, you need to pass this value like this way, like numbers of 0 index, numbers of 1 index, and numbers of 2 index. But instead of this, you can just pass like this way, like using this spread operator. So basically, when you write this spread operator before array variables, then basically it takes all of those value and just pass properly into that method. And also you can construct a new array using the rest, like this spread operator also work as a rest. Let's say you define 0, and you need to construct the middle of the array value using another array. Here it's like the numbers array, and you just define the rest of the value. So it will return like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you also define like this way. And also you can copy the when you need to copy a array, you can just write it like this way. Like also you can use the spread operator. So this is all about the ES6, like top 5 ES6 features. In my next video I'll also discuss about more ES6 features. And if you enjoy this video, then you can subscribe my channel. And thanks for watching.